Canadian Member of Parliament Charlie Angus issued a brutal response to Donald Trump slapping a nationwide 25% tariff on Canada today.
We are here this morning, my friends, as an unlikely group with leaders from across the political spectrum who've come together with cultural leaders, artists, academics, athletes, labor activists, and Indigenous militant activists. We represent the incredible regions of our beautiful country, and we are here for one reason. Our nation, our beloved Canada, is under threat. It is an economic threat, but it's also a threat to our values of decency and inclusion. It's a threat to our sovereignty and our very future as a nation. The threat comes, of course, from the President of the United States, a convicted felon and known predator. He's threatening massive tariffs to try and break us as a people. But the threat is also being driven by the hate algorithms of the oligarchs like Elon Musk. And there is the threat from people in our own country who would sell out our birthright to appease the gangster class from Maralago. That is not going to happen. This morning, we launched the Pledge for Canada. We have signatories from across the cultural and political spectrum. We are asking Canadians to join and sign on today. It's a plan of resistance supporting a vision of our nation and what it should be and what it is that will not be traded away by appeasement. And it's a pledge for ordinary Canadians to hold their elected representatives to account, to defend our values that we hold dear. I've been honored to be part of this team. It started out as a small group, reaching out to other Canadian voices to try and find a way to come together in this age of Trump. And what we learned very quickly is that Canadians are proud and fiercely determined. We love our country and we will stand up for it. And what we are calling for today is an all-of-Canada approach in dealing with Trump. It's about fighting to protect all of our regions and our jobs, our linguistic, cultural, and Indigenous rights. We will not give up our belief in inclusive democracy, equity, and human rights. We need to combat the foreign interference from both the public and private actors and the manipulations of the digital platforms and defend our people against the rule of the oligarchs. We must give priority at this time to protecting our environment, to maintain control of our water, and staying focused on fighting the climate crisis. And it's becoming very clear that to build resiliency for Canada in this increasingly turbulent world, it means actually lessening our dependency on our southern neighbour.
Hear, hear.
To strengthen our collective tools and institutions to build the Canada that we want, not the world that Trump is trying to create. And that means reaching out to democratic allies around the world who are determined to protect democracy from the likes of Trump and Putin. And we cannot turn away our historic role of being a humanitarian friend for those suffering in this world. Our borders must continue to welcome and protect those seeking and deserving shelter in our lands. Okay, so what does a pledge mean? Well, today is the beginning of a grassroots resistance. We're asking people from across Canada to sign their names, to join us so we can start to build this movement. This is going to be the first stage of a much broader-based resistance to defend the values of our beloved country and to respect the sacrifices of Canadians who came before us and gave their all so that other nations might live in peace. We will not squander their legacy. We are Canada, and our message to Donald Trump is we will not bend or break no matter what happens. We pledge to be there for Canada.
Unfortunately, we are at a time where the White House is trying to erode democratic and American values. And in turn, we have to look to the North for some light and some hope for the future of humanity. One of the reasons why I featured this speech is because it did exactly that, speaking out against the gangsters that are Donald Trump and Elon Musk. I'm going to play for you Donald Trump's White House press secretary announcing the tariffs, and I want you to take note of how gleeful she looks.
I was just with the president in the Oval Office, and I can confirm that tomorrow, the February 1st deadline that President Trump put into place at a statement several weeks ago continues. The president will be implementing tomorrow a 25% tariffs on Mexico, 25% tariffs on Canada, and a 10% tariff on China for the illegal fentanyl that they have sourced and allowed to distribute into our country, which has killed tens of millions of Americans. These are promises made and promises kept by the president.
The president yesterday said that last night he was planning to discuss whether an exemption would be made on oil imports. Do you have any information on what decision he made there, or will there be exemptions at all offered under this?
I don't have an update or readout for you on the exemptions, but those tariffs will be for public consumption in about 24 hours tomorrow, so you can read them then.
Her little smile there speaks to how much these sociopaths enjoy destruction, enjoy chaos, enjoy harming others. Again, this is all a play for Donald Trump to distract from he and his billionaire gangsters at Maralago robbing from the rest of America and the world. Let me know what your reflections are down in the comments below, what you thought of Charlie Angus's speech there, and be sure to subscribe to Reflect Politics so you get my future videos delivered straight to you. My name is Brendan. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.